Right, welcome back everyone. So today it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
It is Tuesday.
And everything was going swimmingly until we went to S Vedra, Calador the other day. And I noticed that puddle underneath the car.
Not good. Not something you want to notice when you're sunsetting on the beach.
Yeah, so obviously we've come here, our whole life is in the car, the motorbike is towed by the car. So any mechanical issue with the car is pretty serious.
Yeah.
I put my fingers into the fluid and it's kind of a pinky fluid, and that unfortunately doesn't narrow things down because brake fluid is pink, transmission fluid is pink, the steering fluid is pink, and the coolant is pink.
All things that you don't want it to be.
You'd think it would be pink, blue, yellow, green, or etc., but it's not. Most of them
Why
are
is
pink.
it even pink?
Well, it's your favourite colour.
Yeah.
So, Susie's been on the phone trying to speak to some mechanic in Spanish.
Some mechanics. I've rang, what, 9
You've
mechanics?
rang loads.
Really trying to bash out my best Spanish.
So,
And we've had no... So this happened Sunday. We saw the liquid. So yesterday spent all day ringing round.
yeah.
And nobody's available. They're all shut on Monday. And Hyundai have asked me today, well, when are you leaving? Because they're completely booked this week. 2 other garages completely booked till the 18th of March and the 17th of March.
And we're actually leaving on the 5th of March, which is
in 1 week.
1 week away. So we've now got a car which is potentially off the road, and we're going to be kicked out of this place and we need to catch the ferry. So it's not the most thing that sits restfully, is it? Like, what do you do?
Take a breath, take a deep breath.
So we've looked to have a little look in here, and obviously being a modern car, it's just like plastic everywhere, isn't it? The one thing I did notice was this coolant here, which is pink, is actually well below the minimum line.
Well, it's basically empty,
It's
isn't it?
basically empty on the expansion tank. Now, I've got washer fluid. It would be a blessing if it was washer fluid, wouldn't it? But it's not. I think
That's not pink though, is it?
No, that's blue. That is probably brake fluid or something like the air, because it goes to the master cylinder. You can't even see where the minimum max is meant to be on that one because it's so dirty. So that's a fat lot of use. Come down here, and inside there seems to be a pooling of liquid just under the radiator, and the fins are in pretty bad condition. So
Yeah, excuse the dirtiness of the car, but it's very dusty here and we haven't been able to find somewhere to clean the car. And I left Sean's cleaning products in the last house.
oh, you did leave my cleaning products, yeah.
Whoops.
And look at this, you see it's still dripping. And let's put it on the car so you can see. See, it's got pinky consistency. Put it against the white of the car.
Yeah.
So I better wash that off, because no my luck, that'll probably raise the paint or something. So plan today is to take the under tray off the car and just look to see if I can see any visible damage. Obviously, being a modern car, it's got a massive sheet of plastic underneath, so you can't see anything. So we'll have a little play around, but it's not looking too good as it suits.
No.
Right, so I'm wearing my, what we call this big check, the scruffiest jumper ever that Suze hates when I wear outside of the house. Whenever I'm doing something like this, I always wear this jumper. I still need to wear a belt because otherwise this is going to happen, which nobody wants to see.
Well, I don't know about that.
But
Hold on, get bending over,
Yeah.
babe. Woohoo!
Come here a sec, come here. We've discovered that, but with Suze and I's deduction, that this piece here with these pop rivets made of plastic, which will probably break, and these bolts,
Sounds good.
which hopefully aren't torqued up to high heaven, they'll hopefully come off. This piece might then come off.
Which
and
needs to
then
come off for the radiators to come
we
out.
were thinking, how does a radiator come out? Probably comes out from the top because you couldn't get it out of the bottom.
Because you can look down there. I don't know whether you guys can see. You can actually see the radiator. So if this piece isn't on there, then we'll be able to look and see if you can feel the where the leak's coming from.
So that's the next job. Let's just pop this off and see if we can see anything at least.
Good work. So I didn't need to ring a Spanish mechanic. So
Well,
about you?
I haven't fixed anything yet.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want
Well, we come down to Calagratio on the bike because the front of the car is now stripped down, waiting for the mechanic to come, who's coming at 6 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Susie's spoken to him. He's a German mechanic, does home visits. He actually is extremely efficient, which is quite funny because he's living up to the stereotype of Germans, always complaining that in Spain they're not efficient. It's actually quite funny.
Yeah, his words were something about ordering the part, and because it's over the weekend, his words were Spanish people are lazy, so if there's an opportunity, they won't deliver it on Monday.
Yeah.
They're lazy on Monday.
So he's direct, isn't he? So he's coming tonight to do his investigation, confirm it's the part,
Yeah.
and then we'll get ordered hopefully. But it's actually a little bit unsettling. It's added some stress to the final week because we might end up with this car like being repaired the day we're trying to catch the ferry. And this isn't something we made up for YouTube, not something we want at all. This is kind of, it's an unfortunate situation.
But we've just had a swim. You can see it's a little bit choppy here, so the sea is actually reflecting our situation at the moment.
Yeah.
It's all gone a bit grey and choppy. What is going on? We've had like bliss weather for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But hey ho, we're gonna just hope and pray that it is the radiator and it can be sorted.
Right, well, we got the bumper off and I just...
Yeah, you'll notice that there's something missing.
There's something missing. So bumper came off, then the mechanic came, who was really, really nice. Well done, Suze, for finding him. He's like a mobile mechanic, comes to your house. He was here for half an hour, if not less.
Managed to bosh that out.
Boshed it out. We took out the radiator, which is actually a oil and water radiator, so it's going to cost an absolute fortune, isn't it?
Yeah, he said that he looked at the prices, found the one that they have on mainland Spain, but couldn't actually believe
for this
how
model.
Expensive it is, but he said it's because it's oil and
water in
and
the
because it's
same radiator. Yeah. So it's going to be £600, isn't it? Or €600. But he said he's going to give us the IVA discount that, so 520 plus the repair work that it's going to cost. But never mind, the radiator's out. I looked at the radiator and he showed me it's where the aluminium meets the plastic. There was pink residue, so it's obviously just coming apart with time and dripping. So yeah, it's come apart, but this is the state of the car now, so
it's not looking good, is it? But let's be positive, because it could have been a smoking engine, gearbox dropped out, it could have been all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's coolant.
Luckily, okay, we're not going to have the car all week, but what that means? That means more bike rides.
More bike rides, yeah.
And radiator's gone, and hopefully we're going to ask you all to keep your fingers crossed for us, because we need this part to arrive on Friday. If it doesn't, it won't get here until after we need to leave on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we've got a car that looks like this, so we will be...
I'll be towing the motorbike if that happens.
It'll be like Flintstones.
Sean will be like, we could just cut a thing in the floor and put pedals in. Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's the update from today. There's no bike stuff really, is there? It's just, this is the state of the car.
This has just been our 2 days trying to sort this out.
Yeah, it's been a bit stressful, to be honest, and it's going to be expensive, but hey, this is the car. The car is our travelling companion, so we're going to give her some love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, let's have some dinner then.